Welcome back, everybody, to the Right Way Sports Network. I'm your host, Daniel Alameda, and today we have the pleasure of speaking with Josh Kelly. A little background on Josh Kelly. He's a cornerback / defender at the University of Central Florida. Josh, thank you so much for taking your time out of your day today to come on this interview. How are you doing?
Thank you, Daniel. Thank you for having me. I have my manager, Jay Badger, with me, and we're excited to doing the podcast with you, bro.
For sure, man. Thank you, Jay Badger, for really putting me on with these guys. I'm excited for this. And for a little background for our viewers, what this interview is going to be about is not only about Josh Kelly as a football player, but more about the message he's trying to spread. Because just recently, about an hour ago, he made his video about how he's opting out of the 2020 college football season. So we're going to go in depth on his reasoning for that, and we're going to go a little in depth on his personality and how he wants to affect the world and what he really wants to do with his life. So Josh, we're going to jump right into this. You made your video about opting out of the college football season. What went into that video?
Really a few things went into that video. First and foremost, one of my very, very closest childhood friends, we still hang out all the time. He actually got COVID-19 about a month or two ago. And before that, I was kind of skeptical about this. I didn't really know what was going on. And then when that hit, that hit close to home. So I'm like, this thing is real. So it just kind of, I don't want to say that I was scared, but, it was just very alarming. So I wasn't at the voluntary workouts for the first and second wave, but wave 3, early July, I decided to go back. And, UCF, they're taking proper protocol to try their best to keep us safe. But at the end of the day, I just really didn't feel comfortable with it. I didn't feel comfortable with all the COVID testing that had to be done on a weekly basis and just, the rules that may be put into effect with college football. Ultimately, just that's why I opted out, just for my family and for the people around me. I feel like there's so many people across the nation at D1 schools, D2, and D3s if they didn't cancel it yet, and they're afraid to speak up. They're afraid to stand up for themselves. And, with everything that's going on in the world right now, and with me saying, standing on what I stand on, I would be a fool not to stand up and not to make a way for those people who are afraid to use their voice. And ultimately, I am opting out of the season this year, stepping away from the game. But if that means that my football career has to be over, I'm willing to live with that, because God has been putting other things on my heart. And, if you want to see a difference, you have to make a difference. So here I am doing that.
I respect that. And you definitely see that all over social media. You see all these other guys such as Rashad Bateman today from the University of Minnesota, guys like even Caleb Farley out of Virginia Tech. Do you believe that there are a lot of other players that are in the same mindset that you are, but are just afraid to speak out? And if so, why do you think they are afraid to speak out?
Absolutely. I know 100% that there's players on the same page as me. They're just, a little skeptical because they have those NFL dreams, or they, are scared they're going to lose their scholarship. They're scared they're going to lose playing time or lose good grace with the coaches. And, I don't care about that, because I do not care about going to the NFL anymore. That was once my dream, my goal, and that's why anyone who knows me knows I went so hard in, working towards that goal. But it's like this time, this whole pandemic, this whole COVID just gave me a lot of time to refocus and see that, life is so much bigger than just football. Football has done amazing things for me and for my family and, my future. So it's time for me to start standing up for what I believe in and giving back. So those guys, my bad. I got a little off track.
No, you're good. You're good.
To answer your question, there's definitely guys, even teammates of mine that I know, I'm not going to say any names, and even friends that I have at other D1s across the nation, they wish that they could sit out or, stand up, but they're scared. They don't know what's going to happen. And for a lot of people, football is everything to them, and they don't know their identity outside of being an athlete. So if they were to give that up and not know what's going to happen, that's very fearful for some people. So, I'm standing up for what I believe in and what is right, and hopefully I can make an avenue to be a voice for those athletes who are afraid to do so for themselves.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree. And you talked a little bit about your identity outside of a football player. What is your actual identity? What do you, Josh Kelly, want to do outside of football?
Well, actually, that's a great question, because until I found the Lord, I didn't know my identity. Football was taken away from me, and that was before I found Jesus. And it's like, once I found him, he showed me, you are so much bigger than what you're boxing yourself in to be. It was like NFL or bust for me. It was football was everything. Now it's like, I see, wow, I don't need the NFL to make the impact that I wanted to make, because ultimately that was my goal, to use the NFL as a platform to share my story, share my testimony and what I've been through. And now it's coming to light to me that I don't need those things, because the platform is right here. I have great people with me, helping me do so. And my purpose is really just to inspire, give back to others. Some more things about me, I love to serve others. I love to give back. I love fashion and, things of that nature. So really that's just, some things that are bigger than me being an athlete.
Yeah, no, I want to go a lot more into that, because I mean, you already touched a little bit on that. Serving other people, you're talking about helping the others, and you don't need the NFL for that. You don't need the stepping stone, because you already found that in yourself. But before we get into that, I want to talk a little bit about the program at UCF. Are deeper than just what they're doing right now with the COVID-19 protocols. What was your experience like with the coaching there, with the team environment? Did you enjoy it? Just talk to me a little bit about that.
UCF, for everyone out there, UCF is the best school in the nation. I have nothing bad to say about UCF. You can see I got it tatted on me. Like, UCF, I'm a Knight for life, and I love everything about UCF. I love what they're doing over there, building up the football program, the school. If you're a recruit and you want to be a part of something great, definitely choose UCF. Second biggest college campus in the nation, just under 70,000 students. They're building top of the line stuff over there. Coaches are great, very genuine people, but at the end of the day, it is a business. Business decisions will be made on their end on behalf of the NCAA representatives. So me, I'm not an idiot. I'm going to make business decisions on my end as well. And, it's no hard feelings. I love the coaches, but I had to do what is best for myself and my family. But my experience at UCF has been great. I've been treated like family. We're really a brotherhood there, and that's something different than any other team that I've been on growing up. So, that bond is strong, and it's really just a bunch of solid people. And one other thing about UCF, because they've really helped me find my identity outside of being an athlete as well. They have a lot of different programs, like with Disney, with different things in the community to help you grow your brand and, just strategize how you're going to market yourself beyond football.
Yeah, no, that definitely sounds like it's a great school over there. Let's go a little into your football career, because we talked in that video, and we'll put the video, the link in the description, but you talked about your upbringing. You had a tougher upbringing, but football was your passion. Football was kind of your outlet, right? As a football player at UCF, what were some of your favorite moments? Who were some of like the greatest competitors you had on your team, the guys that pushed you, or the guys you played against?
Okay. All right. This was actually my first year. I was about to go into my fourth season until I opted out. So this past year, that just happened, this was my first year actually getting playing time. I got to play in every game and I would like to say, the top special teams guy on our team, starting my way off at the bottom of the depth chart with the first coaching staff. I had to prove myself. Then they left right after my first season. So new coaching staff came in, back at the bottom of the depth chart. I was dealing with some family issues. My mind wasn't all in football, so I wasn't really taking it seriously. go through that year, didn't get to play. Then this year that just happened, finally got to play. I earned my scholarship, and, I was looking to make an impact on defense. Unfortunately, all this happened, and I had to redirect the path that I'm on. But some of the guys that really pushed me to be great, really all my DB brothers, I can name all of them, but just a few that, I really consistently would put in extra work with every day in the weight room and, even at my house, in the field, all that. Two people I would have to name is Richie Grant. He's our starting safety, and then Tay Gowan, starting cornerback. Them boys, they were the starters. So I just saw them competing at a high level, and, I saw that I could compete with them. So, we just fed off each other's energy. We held each other accountable, even when it was hard to have those conversations with each other. And, those are two of the people that I would like to name. But really our whole DB group, you could go check our roster. You could go check. Our DBs are the best position on the team. Hands down, no question about it. Ask anyone about UCF. We're the only school that has 4. Our whole secondary pretty much on the Reese's Senior Bowl watch list, all 4 of our starters. So that just goes to show how deep we are in the back end. All our guys in the back end start on all special teams. So, we're controlling 2/3 of the game right there, defense and special teams. So, yeah, DBs on our team, definitely best position group.
Yeah, no, I mean, definitely seems like you guys got a really great program going on there. But I want to talk about your motivation, right? Because you like motivating other people, and I'm very similar. I think that's a great trait to have. Because a lot of our audience is younger kids, if you had to tell a young kid, a high school kid, someone who's starting off at the lower end of the depth chart, someone who has NFL aspirations, what type of help can you give to them?
Really be consistent. You have to be consistent, and you have to do things. At times you may not want to do it, but you're going to have to be consistent and do them. You may have to wake up early and you're not really feeling like going to do that workout or go hit the field, but you have to do it every single day. For one, grades are very important. That's something I didn't take very seriously in high school, but grades first, because you could have all the talent in the world. You could be 6'3", 220 pounds, bench 225 as many times, running for. But if you don't have the grades, guess what? You're going to be stuck at home. So that's number one. Number two, make sure you are constantly doing things to get better every day. I would say at least 5 to 6 times a week, make sure you're hitting the weight room and doing extra work on the field, and really just try to reach out to others who, are in the position that you want to be in. There's a lot of people out there who are willing to help. You just have to, want to take the help. So consistency is key.
Damn. Yeah, no, that helps. I'm sure a lot of the younger viewers really, that consistency, that's not only in football you're talking about, that's in life, that's in everything. When people really like
Definitely.
the consistency that people bring. But I want to go back to your football career a little bit. Is there a possibility that we can see you returning back to the field at all, or no?
I don't like to make plans for the future. I like to live in the present and handle the task at hand. If God shows me that, my career shouldn't be over, then maybe we'll see. But as of right now, I'm at peace with my decision. I love the direction that me and my team, that we're going in. So that's just, that's up in the air for right now.
Yeah, no, I respect that. I do. And also, I don't know how to really put this. I think the biggest thing about you that people can really take away is your motivation. But when people hear the name Josh Kelly, let's say in 10, 15, 20 years, what do you want them to remember about you?
That's a great question, actually. And I was just talking to Justin about this. I want them to remember me as, all that football stuff is cool, but, that only lasts for so long. I want them to remember me as a great man, as someone who was a follower of Christ, not just a believer, but a follower of Christ, and for someone who cared about his community, for someone who cared about everyone around him. That's what it's all about to me. Football is so much bigger than a game to me. It's made made me my bad. It's made me have lifelong brothers, create those relationships and connections. And, so I just want to be remembered as a great man, a follower of Christ, and a hard worker. Nothing flashy. At the end of the day, just I'm only here to serve my purpose, and then, keep it pushing.
Yeah, no, you definitely hit. I appreciate that. I got a question for you, Jay Badger. Let's talk about Josh Kelly as a person. If Josh Kelly is not sitting right there, Josh Kelly's out of the room or something, what is the main thing you take away from his presence? Like, what about him makes you a better man?
Consistency. Just being able to attack the same thing daily, whether it's boring, whether it gets old, no matter what, like just being able to consistent, whether it's the workouts, whether it's his, these other passions, it inspires me to just be consistent, even in the areas of life that you wouldn't think even matter. So just consistency.
Yeah, no, I definitely think great interview. I mean, anything else you guys want to touch on? I think we basically covered everything here. Anything else?
Yeah, there's actually one more thing. You guys probably see me and my boy, wonder what this is. This the brand that we are representing, creating, do it for God. And really, this is the globe. The cross is in the middle, No matter what goes on in the world, with all that we do, we're trying to do it for God. This shirt represents, all the diversity, all the colors, but the cross still comes first. And, that's been big with me because I wasn't always the best person. I wasn't always that consistent person that I am now. And that came from when I found the Lord Jesus Christ. So I want to make that known. This isn't just about me coming on here to talk about my football career. I want my values and what I stand on to be known worldwide. So I don't care if this interview only reaches 10 people. If 10 people get to know the truth about Jesus, that's cool with me. I'm not in it for all these likes. I'm not in it for the clout, man. I'm just in it to spread a message. And, that's what this brand and me and my brother, that's what we stand on.
No, UCF was definitely very lucky to have you. Even if the last year was your final year playing there, definitely you're a living testimony of what hard work is. And if for those of you guys who don't know about Josh Kelly, tougher upbringing, but you still found a way to make it happen. No matter what, it seems like you're pushed through everything and you're finding a way to really live the life that you want to live. And I think for anybody that's watching this, that's a huge part of life. And that's why I really think that this interview is great, because you're showing that it's living proof. So I think that does it. Thank you guys very much for tuning into this interview. Make sure you guys subscribe to our YouTube channel. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. I will put their information in the description down below. Check them out, guys. Very motivating individuals. Josh, thank you so much. Jay Badger, thank you for really helping me find Josh and really getting to know you guys, because it was a pleasure. It really was a pleasure. Make sure you guys subscribe, like I said, like this video, and share this to a friend. Find exactly what your purpose is in life and continue to do it consistently. But thank you guys very much. That'll do it. We are out.